Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, you find a way to lose. And I tell you what, if you claim to be a boxing fan and you're not going to be tuned in this weekend to this Day of Reckoning fight card, then you'll definitely be finding a way to lose. And I recommend that you reassess. Hey, please subscribe to the channel. Boom. This full card taking place in Saudi Arabia is crazy. Now, Anthony Joshua and Wallen. There's been talks about if AJ or Wilder is going to be the headliner. Sounds to me that Anthony Joshua is going to be the headliner. As long as you got the UK boys over there running the show, I can't see them putting Wilder and Parker above Joshua and Wallen. Wilder makes a good point about the headliner should be the guy who's going to bring the heat and look to knock his opponent out. And he's saying Anthony Joshua is not that guy anymore. He's afraid to get knocked out. He's probably going to be in the ring, coochie cooing out of Wallen. However, I'm watching Anthony Joshua, and I think Big Femi is back. But nonetheless, as far as a headliner, I just think Anthony Joshua's profile is much bigger than Deontay Wilder's. Although I like Wilder. I like AJ too, but, I mean, we just got to be honest here. You know what I'm saying? Can't be biased. AJ's profile is bigger. AJ deserves a headliner. Now, that being said, when you start off from the bottom and you take a look at Arslanbek Makhmudov and Agit Kabayel, people need to understand when you talk about Makhmudov, you're talking about 18 wins, 0 losses, right? And this guy's knocking everybody out. Then you come in here and you start talking about this guy Agit Kabayel out of Germany, 23 wins, undefeated. So someone's old must go. I'm going to tell you right now, hard for me to go against Arslanbek Makhmudov. Big, strong, extremely dangerous. I just think anyone he gets in the ring with, if you can't get to him, because Makhmudov was another one of them 6'7"ers, you know what I mean? Big, strong, extremely powerful fighter. If you can't, get to his chin, you're in trouble. So I'm not sure what Agit Kabayel is going to be able to bring to the table and what would make him feel he has a good chance to get a win against Makhmudov. But right now, I think Makhmudov is the favorite. Flip Hrgovic and Mark Demori. There's a lot of people out here still, not really sure what direction Flip Hrgovic is going. Flip Hrgovic, they made a change here, but he's the mandatory to the IBF for Alexander's strap. So Flip Hrgovic just has to get his win. He's sitting there at 16 wins. He's undefeated as well. And the thing about Flip Hrgovic is if he can get through Mark Demori, right? Then Flip Hrgovic's in a good position to face the winner of Usyk and Fury. But the thing is, with this boxing politics, if AJ beats Wallen and Wilder beats Parker, what you could see happening is Eddie Hearn make that push for AJ and Flip Hrgovic. That way AJ has a good chance of beating Flip, and AJ gets himself in line for an undisputed fight. But at the end of the day, we got to wait and see what happens. But I'm telling you, this is how they're trying to line it up. They're trying to line it all up for AJ to get back to the top. But we'll see what happens with Flip Hrgovic and Mark Demori. I think Hrgovic gets the win personally. But then again, you just don't know what happens in the ring on that night. Frank Sanchez and Junior Fa, to me, that's a no-brainer. Frank Sanchez will tranquilize him. I'd say within 4 rounds, once Frank Sanchez decides to let his hands go, I personally think Frank Sanchez is going to tranquilize him. Frank Sanchez is ranked. When it comes to the WBO, he's ranked at number 4. When it comes to the IBF, he's ranked number 6. When it comes to the WBC, he's ranked number 4. And when it comes to the WBA, he's ranked number 8. Junior Fa is ranked number 10 in the WBA. But when it comes to the other sanctioning bodies, you just don't see Junior Fa's name. So that being said, that kind of should give you a little bit of an indicator of what direction you should be leaning on, who you think is going to win that fight. Apataya, Ellis Toro. Apataya, I think he's going to win. I just think he's the man at cruiserweight. It's unfortunate they took his strap, but boxing politics. But he has 2 fights that he's going to be fighting in Saudi. And this first fight he's making is life-changing money. So it just wasn't worth it to hold on to his title. And in his second fight, he's going to get another life-changing payday. So Jaya Pattaya doesn't, as much as he wanted that belt, he ain't too worried about it. That man's about to make some serious dough. Bivol against Lyndon Arthur, another one of those good fights, just won at 175. I just don't think nobody beats Bivol. Even Bertabiev is a monster. Just Bertabiev, I think, is 40 years old now. I mean, when he fought Yardy, he was taking some damage. I just think it's going to be hard for him to catch up to Bivol. I think Bivol wins. Danny DeBois and Gerald Miller. Interesting fight. Gerald Miller, everybody's talking about him. Let's go cheap. Danny DeBois looks confused, not really sure what he wants to do in the ring. All you got to do is fart on Danny DeBois, and he's going down faster than a plate of Alabama barbecue. I think Gerald Miller wins that fight relatively easily because Danny DeBois doesn't like getting hit. I personally think Danny DeBois is still fighting because his dad makes him fight. In case you didn't know, Daniel Dubois' dad is his manager. Deontay Wilder, Joseph Parker, I give Wilder knocking him out within 2 rounds. But I will say this. If for some reason Wilder can't land that right hand, he could be in trouble because Parker could scrap, and he's entering his prime, and he's been active. But at the same time, hard for me to say Parker does something different than all the other opponents was able to do because Wilder has knocked out every single opponent he's faced. Now you just let that marinate. Anthony Joshua, Otto Wallen. I don't know. If Big Femi shows up, Anthony Joshua gets him out of there by 6. If not, he's going to have an uphill battle. Because Otto Wallen is a crafty southpaw. He has a lot of confidence, and he's holding his head tight and puff his head tall and holding it high and puffing out his chest. And he's coming forward. He's looking to clip Anthony Joshua. He knows if he beats Anthony Joshua, what lies ahead of him. But first is a rematch, but Anthony Joshua his cage is probably going to be rattled. If Wallen can knock him out, Anthony Joshua will probably go into the rematch uneasy and probably switch trainers again. So I think Otto Wallen's in a good position to get an upset, but that's if Anthony Joshua gets in there and has a lapse for a moment in time that Wallen can capitalize. But the way Joshua's looking like Big Femi, I think Anthony Joshua gets him out of there in 6. That being said, y'all keep cool. If you don't know who some of these fighters are, I recommend you go and just look at some of the YouTube highlights. These guys that they put on this fight card, I'm telling you, absolutely amazing. Just the fact that we're able to do this is just mind-blowing, But anyway, don't miss it. I'll be tuned in. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.